All right, we've talked about the good divisions. Now for the NFC South. The 2-5 Panthers and 3-4 Falcons had a showdown for first place in the division. Falcons came out on top in overtime after a crazy end to the game. So Atlanta is alone in first place. The Saints and Bucs are tied for second at 3-5. Is Tampa going to figure this out and win the division, or you're a buyer in Atlanta?
No, listen, Tampa's going to win the division. Atlanta's win yesterday was a theft.
Yeah.
And listen,
No kidding.
Everyone's killing DJ Moore. Can I defend DJ Moore for a second? He took his helmet off after scoring the touchdown.
Yeah.
And the NFL has made it to where you can run off the bench to celebrate. There's so many touchdown celebrations that are allowed to not let him to penal. And by the way, for it to be 15 yards, what are you so upset about? Did you have something?
I really don't like NFL refs.
Oh yeah,
Like, they're pretty annoying.
It just
the Pete Carroll thing as well.
The guy ran into Pete Carroll, and it's so punitive that now the extra point's already 33 yards. You had 15. Now it's a damn near 50-yard field goal. Now with that said, Carolina also did have a 30-yard field goal in overtime to win, and that kid shanked that one too. Carolina doesn't deserve to be in first place, but Atlanta. And that huge survivor pool I'm in, which my team lasted. Yesterday it was a great day for survivor pools. All the big favorites won.
Right. But
we would have knocked out 15% of the pool with the Atlanta loss, and I wouldn't have been one of them. So that was a bummer. Atlanta, but to answer the question that I was asked, I'm not a buyer or a believer in the Falcons. I think the Falcons were incredibly fortunate to win that game. They do have one dominating win this year, the one over the Niners. But the Browns and Seahawks games that they won earlier this year were incredible close calls. This Panthers game was absurd. And they do have an incredibly soft schedule moving forward. I think they will come back down to earth. They've been outscored on the season. They have a negative point differential. That's always a red flag of a team not being as good as their record suggests. Right. Yeah, if they have a negative point. Like point differential, let me tell you right now that we're this far through the season, it's a good indicator. So here are...
Like our team's blowing you out, basically.
Yeah, so number 1 in the league in point differential, Buffalo. Number 2, Philly. Number 3, the Chiefs. Number 4, Dallas. Number 5, Cincinnati, even though they're only 4-3. Number 6, Minnesota. Number 7, San Francisco. Number 8, Baltimore.
Where's Denver?
In point differential?
Yeah.
They are probably not as low as you would think.
No, I thought they were higher. Because, they're scoring in, like, these little it's like 14-17. And like...
Yeah, but they're losing. So they have a negative point differential.
Copy.
This is not points allowed. Point differential is take all the points you've scored, all the points you've allowed, and compare them. So my point is the top 8 in the NFL in point differential goes Bills, Eagles, Chiefs, Dallas, Bengals, Vikings, Niners, Ravens. Those are the 8 best teams in football. You know what I mean? Like, it's really indicative of how good you actually are.
Right.
The bottom 5 teams in point differential are Washington, red flag, Houston, the Rams, red flag, the Lions, and the Steelers. Like, those are the worst teams in football. So the reason I bring it up is Atlanta being right in the middle, same point differential this year as the Bucs in this, right there with behind the Saints. It's indicative they're not great. Seattle, on the other hand, point differential wise, they're 11th in the NFL. My damn Jacksonville Jaguars, 10th. What a terrible loss. I think we're going to talk about them.
It was a great loss, actually.
Why? Wait, did you have Denver? Oh, you mean because you guys talked me out of betting them? Yeah, you guys saved me money because I would have bet them. Yeah. And if I'd have woken up in time, I would have bet them on my own. But that game kicked at 9:30, and I was so mad. I was so mad that I couldn't bet them.
That is so bad.
But it didn't matter. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.